You guys are going to write it out. It's part of your assignment. These questions are very, very, very similar to the worksheet that's on the back. If you have questions as we go through them, now would be the time to ask. Okay? Okay, let me see. All eyes up. Headphones, hoodies, cell phones, all put away, plugged in, learning algebra. Pull it down, King. Take the headphones out.
Put this on the charger for me.
Can I get it going? Okay, good. Okay, so we're going to write this out in words. What does this say right here? What does this problem say? This one right here. What does this say? Just read the problem. Very good. So guess what? You're going to write that in words. 2 times n is greater than or equal to 6. Now, guess what? This is numeric, this is algebraic. So go ahead and write that, please. If you need to put it on a separate sheet of paper, you're fine. I am keeping this kind of tight. So write it down, please. If you can write it on there, just if you do it, you're going to have to write it small. If you want to do it on a separate piece of paper, that's fine as well. It's whatever you want to do. Yes?
So you have to write the number down?
This is how I do it. I usually spell it out. Sometimes you can use the numbers. It really doesn't matter. What's that?
You spelled it out and put it down on the 6.
Right, because this is starting for it, okay? And then equal to 6. So you can write it this way if you want. If you want to just write numbers or spell it out, it's up to you. Words describe the function, and the function is multiplication greater than or equal to. Okay? Any questions on this?
We don't have to do nothing in the number then?
We're not done yet.
Oh,
Okay, so we wrote it out in words, right? Any questions on the words or why we chose what? We have a constant exponential variables multiplication, right? This symbol is greater than. Why is it greater than? Yeah, it's pointing to the larger direction. So when we go to graph out, we're going to focus on this number right here. But we have to solve it first, right? So we're going to write this out. 2n is greater than or equal to 6. What's the inverse operation of multiply by 2? Divide by 2. Divide both sides by 2. N equals 3. Write that down, please. Now we can graph it out, can't we? So we know we're starting at 3. Okay? So I'm going to go to 3 on the graph. I'm going to make a circle. What direction is it going? Yeah. Look what direction it's pointing. It's pointing this direction. Okay? The variables first. We don't have to switch the problem around. It's going this direction. What do I need to do with that circle?
You need a filter.
Write this out, please. Yes. When it's greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, and it has that little line on it, you want to shade this in. Okay, is there any questions on the first one? So we wrote it out in words, we solved it, and we plotted it, correct? No questions, we got this, right? Okay, let's move on to the next one. So we want to write out words first. What does it say?
X plus 3. What does that mean?
Less than?
Less than.
She's absolutely correct. Write that out. X plus 3 is less than 7. So write that out in words. Don't say variable. Say you want to describe it. X plus 3 is less than 7. There's no reason why everyone in here shouldn't get this, right? We're going super slow. If you don't plug in, it's on you.
What did you do?
We're not there yet.
Oh.
We're not there. But we want to solve for x, right? We want to get x by itself. So we're going to take this problem, x plus 3 less than 7. And what's the inverse operation of plus 3? So we're going to subtract 3 from both sides. This is going to cancel out x is less than 4. Any questions? If it's plus or minus, do the opposite, do it to both sides and solve it. Okay, now we can graph this out, can't we? So we're going to go to the 4, okay? And we're going to make a circle. What direction is it pointing? Very good. It's going less than, so it's going to go this way. Any questions on this one?
No.
We starting to see the pattern?
Wait, it's 4 or 4 minus?
Well, it's not minus 4, is it? Because it's 7 minus 3. That's positive 4, right? I have $7, I owe someone 3. How much do I have left over after paying them? Tell me. Make sure you're writing this out. Okay, what about the next one?
1 less than.
We can still write this in words, right? So 1 is less than x minus 4. Go ahead and write that out. So in words, algebraic. This right here is numeric. How you can remember the difference? It uses numbers, it uses symbols, and so on. And algebraic is in words. Okay, we can solve this problem, right? Same exact thing that we did here. So we're going to take the problem, we're going to write it out. What's the inverse operation of minus 4? Yeah, so we're going to add 4 to both sides. Now something happens on this problem, and we'll talk about it. So this cancels out, this becomes 5. Can we graph this out?
No.
No, we have to turn this around. So we're going to mirror this. Now let me explain. We're going to write x. Is this symbol open or closed to the x?
No.
Open. So we want this open and then 5. Are these exactly the same thing?
Yeah.
They are. So this is how you watch, this is how you write it opposite, but we have to have the variable first to graph it. Okay, we can't have the number first. The variable always has to be first. So we look at this and we ask ourselves, what direction is the symbol open to and what is it pointing to? So it's open to the x, it's pointing to the 5. It's open to the x, it's pointing to the 5. Do we understand?
Yeah.
Now that it's in this format right here, now we can plot it. We can go ahead and put it on the graph. Sam, you want to be writing this stuff out? So we're going to go to the 5. We're going to make a circle. Is this circle shaded in?
No.
No. Do we understand why it's shaded in or why it's not?
Yes.
Good. Yeah, that little line's there, it's open. Okay? Okay, what direction is this going?
Going less than.
Whoa! What direction is it going?
Oh, it's great.
Greater than. Do we understand why it's going greater than? Okay, we're on a number line, we're at 0. What would you rather have? Owing someone $5 or have $5? So we'd have to go this way, greater than, right? If we owed someone $5, we'd be going this way, right? Negatives are this way, positives are this way. Are we clear? And the symbols point to the direction they're going, okay? So greater than is this way and less than is this way. It means it's like an arrow. It's going this way and it's going this way, okay? I'll tell you, when I do inequalities, the best thing you can do right on your paper is write that out. Write less than and greater. It makes it way easier so you don't get confused, okay? Because believe it or not, when we start dividing by negatives, it actually flips the symbol around. Crazy, huh? Good talk. Okay. Someone want to take a stab at this one? How do we write this out in words?
Y less than minus.
Square root 12 minus 3.
That's exactly correct. Did everyone hear that? Very good, Levi. Y is greater than negative square root of 12 minus 3. Go ahead and write that out in words.
12.
Y is less than negative square root of 12 minus 3. please. Okay, so we have it algebraic and we have it numeric. So we're going to solve for this. This is like parentheses, so we have to solve this first. What is 12 minus 3?
9.
9. So we're going to have the square root of 9
3.
minus on the outside, y. Can we solve this?
Yes.
We can. What's the square root of 9?
3.
Yes. So y is less than negative 3. Now we're done. Now let's go through this slow. This is like parentheses, so we have to solve inside those parentheses first. Okay? So that's 12 minus 3, right? Push in 9 and the square root key, and that'll give you the answer.
Where'd you get C
C.
from? Oh, no.
Okay, any questions? So we solve for the square root. By the way, when you're negative outside the square root, the answer is going to be negative.
Because it looks like a C.
Okay, we can plot this out, can't we? Sure. So we're going to go to negative 3. We're going to make a circle. What direction is it going? Left or right?
That.
What direction?
Right.
Yes, it's going left because it's less than, right? Levi? Pointing that way, that means it's got to go that way. Clear so far? Okay, good. Okay, so we have something on the graph here, right? But we can read this, can't we? So we can write this numerically, right? We'll just call it a variable. What happens in algebra when you don't know something? What do you call it? What's the thing you always see in algebra? Okay, x. Okay, what's happening here? X is, yep, greater than 5. Isn't that done? Can't we write this out algebraically too? X is greater than 5. Go ahead and do that.
Oh, I did it backwards.
Go figure. Okay, any questions on this one? Pretty cool, right? You can read the number line. Okay, what about the next one? Can we write this one numerically?
No.
You sure? What's that? How we going to describe this? Well, first we're going to start with x, right? X. What direction is it going?
Less than or equal
Excellent, Levi. Why?
to, because it's closer.
Because it's close, it's shaded in. And then what's our number?
There's -1.
Negative 1, good. Okay, any questions? By the way, where your circle is on the graph, that is the number. Okay? Variables are always to the left-hand side, never to the right-hand side. Okay? Okay, can't we write this out in words? X is less than or equal to -1. Go ahead and write that. Okay. Yeah, we'll go to G next. Okay, I kind of discussed this one yesterday. Yes, but let's talk about it for a minute. First, we're going to write this in words. What does this say in words? How do we read this?
4 greater than 1/2.
What else?
1/2. Or 1/2 times.
Very good. 1/2 times b. Even if this was 3x, that's 3 times x. Or 2 times n. Even though it's a fraction, it's still that number times whatever the variable is. Okay? So go ahead and write that out. You're going to write 4 is greater than 1/2 b. 1/2 multiplied by b. So 4 is greater than 1/2 times or multiplied by b. Now, can we graph this one out? Not yet. We have to solve it, don't we? Okay, how do I solve this problem? How do we get rid of a fraction next to a variable? What's the inverse operation of it? Very good. Do the reciprocal. Write 2 over 1. The reason why we do this, putting this over here, 2 times 1 is what? And 2 times 1 is what? And what's 2 over 2? And what's in front of every variable that we can't see in algebra? Imaginary 1. So by doing the reciprocal, it actually cancels it out. Right, Manuel?
Yeah.
So then we're going to take this and we're going to move it to the other side. So 2 and 1. Okay? So what we're going to have is we're going to have 2 over 1 multiplied by 4. What needs to happen to that 4? Very good. Drop a 1 underneath it. Then we multiply the top by the top and the bottom by the bottom. What is 4 times 2? And what is 1 times 1? Are we done? Do we write the problem this way?
No.
No? Our final answer is what? Good. Gentlemen, are you okay?
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay, so we have our answer, right?
No.
We're 8. But what's up with this?
Oh,
Manuel, do you want to be plugged in for this?
Sorry.
the variable has to be.
Very good. So how do I rewrite this? Mirror it.
What is that?
Is that the same?
Yes.
Now, this is how you ask yourself. What direction is it open to? What one is it pointing to? It's pointing to the B, and it's open to the 8, right? So it's pointing to the B, and it's open to the 8. We need it this way to be able to graph it out. Okay? So now we can graph this out, right? So we're going to be 8. Are we open or closed circle? Open circle. What direction is it going? To the... Good. Okay. Is there any questions on this?
No.
Is there any of them that I need to go through again? Okay, so we got this? Okay, I want you to do me a favor. First, let's talk about the do now. You're going to describe this in words, just like we did. Okay? You're going to graph this out. You're going to graph this out. This one's not a big deal. Just solve it. Do you remember how to do powers? The base times the base times the base, right? This isn't 2 times 3. Okay. Graph this one out. Describe this one in words. Solve it. Describe this one in words and solve it. Okay? So you want to do the do now and turn it in. Now do me a favor. Flip over your worksheet for a second. The second page is just for your vocabulary. This worksheet, everything that we went over in the notes, you know how to do. There isn't a single problem on here that you can't solve that we didn't do up on the board. Okay? Okay, make it happen. So the do now you want to be turning in today. Then when you're done with the do now, be working on the worksheet. Okay? Okay, good. Yes. Is it?
Is there an issue?
I'll ask Andrew to do it. Yes. Jackson on radio.
Is it because I'm soft?
Okay, what I expect is for you to have all this written out. You're going to be turning it in and stapling it. Yes, and stapling it or leaving it stapled with your worksheet that's on the back side. Okay. The do now, because these are your points today. And then when you're done with that, Levi, go ahead and work on the worksheet. You do have enough time in class to get everything done. Yes, go. You did. It is. But I'm having you guys do it again on purpose. I want to make sure that everyone in here had a chance to get this. Manuel, how is it that I can help you right now? Because you're most certainly not plugged in, sir. You're not plugged in right now.
Oh, we're not using it?
Oh, no. No. You got another 30 minutes.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I thought it was you. Look at this. Como te parejo.
Manuel, do me a favor. Go sit over there, please.
right next to it?
Yes, both. Obviously, these ones, you're just graphing them out. You don't have to write down words. Then equal to 4, right. Well, how are you doing today? Fill me? And your grade, and that's what's happening to your grade too. Your grade's tired.
Huh?
Your grade is tired too. It wants to see you perform. Do I have any other planners to stamp?
I have to remember still. First, mister.
Don't have me ask you. Thank you.
Okay, let me stop it.
Yes, please. I'll come back.
You forgot her phone number.
Yes, sir.
Mm-mm. There's other people in front of you.
Huh?
There's other people in front of you.
What does that mean?
There's other people that are in front of you that ask to go to the restroom.
Okay. Huh?
Okay, so remember, you're turning in these steps